We have ignition.
It's recording.
Let's go.
We're back with the man himself, the Hulk. It's been far too long since we had you in the studio.
It's been a long time since I've been in the studio.
Eh?
I don't remember. I know I was in here for that true crime episode. I don't remember when that was though.
Yeah, we did the true crime. But you've been busy, man. You've been coaching wrestling?
Yeah, I've been coaching wrestling. High school season just finished up at the end of February. We didn't make team state, which is, I kind of figured we weren't going to make team state. It was going to be tough for us to make team state. We're in a really tough sectional. We're in like one of the toughest sectionals in the state. So I was actually worried we weren't going to send anybody to state this year. Isaac Weber, our 126, was like, he was like a guy that I was pretty sure could make state, but he was still in a tough sectional bracket. So if he had a bad day, he could miss state.
Yeah.
It's tough in D1 because only top 2 go. So if you're in a tough sectional like ours, where a lot of the time you have like the top 3 or 4 guys in the state all in the same sectional bracket, like somebody that's ranked top in the state is not going to state.
Yeah. Hyper competitive.
Yeah.
You were just at the Big Ten wrestling.
Yeah. I was just
Big
at
Ten tournament, yeah.
I was just at the Big Ten tournament. It's in at State College, watching my brother Scraft.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good wrestling there. Quite a few upsets, at least earlier in the tournament, but in the finals, it was all Penn State.
Yeah, I was watching the final round. It was like Penn State and pretty much every weight had guy in the final, didn't they?
Yeah, they had 8 guys in the finals, and there's only 10 weights, so.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What's their secret?
I don't know. Their secret is Kale, who is the best college wrestler of all time. He's a 4-time national champ, and he was undefeated in D1 college wrestling.
Is he coaching them now?
Yeah, he's been coaching them forever.
Okay, gotcha.
The last decade, he's been coaching them.
Yeah.
He just got, part of it is like they've been winning for so long that they get all the good recruits.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the Alabama effect.
Yeah.
Football.
It's basically the Alabama effect for wrestling. They've just been so good for so long, and they've dominated the last decade. Right now in college wrestling, it's basically Penn State and then everyone else. Like everybody's just competing for second best.
Yeah.
One thing that was a shocker to a lot of people is there wasn't even a single Iowa Hawkeye in the finals. They all got beat in the semifinals.
Yeah, that's tough. Like I said, I was watching some of those final matches. It seemed like most of the weight classes were pretty tight. Like a lot of extra time, a lot of down to the wire. We were just talking about remind me, who was the Minnesota guy at like 180?
Max McAnally is their 184.
184, yeah. I was watching that one. It came right down to the wire, and he picked up, who was he wrestling on Penn State?
Rocco Welsh.
Hey, picked him up and dropped him on his head.
Yeah, I saw.
In the first extra, I don't know what they call him, but the first extra period.
I was too busy screaming takedown while I was there, but when I did see the replay on the big screen, I was like, oh my goodness, because he got dropped on his neck.
Yeah, he bounced right up.
Yeah. He said in the post-match interview that he was hurting from that.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm gonna try to pull this up here quick.
Yeah, no, absolutely, pull it up. It's right at the end of the match, right at the end when he gets slammed on his head.
Yeah, I think this period, right?
Yeah, so we're in
It's a quick escape. It took him just a few seconds. 3 seconds of riding time for
There were some
McAnally.
controversial calls throughout. I felt like there was a few.
There were
controversies
time here, even in this period.
Yeah.
Even to get a stall call here.
Deep shot there from McAnally at a single leg.
Yeah, so
Final seconds.
That's a takedown right
He's
there.
going to get behind Welsh.
That's definitely a takedown right there.
For 3. The challenge
That was the
right
one where they like
flies in.
snapped the guy's spine, it looked like.
Again, this is not sudden victory.
Yeah,
These
so-
are two
so the
30-second periods wrestled in their entirety. And that quick escape by Rocco Welsh might have been the best thing that happened to Max McAnally. Got to his offense, got to a
I
leg.
think they're gonna
Yep, but they're going to go ahead and go back to the
Yeah,
review on
they-
that.
they
But
do
what a
review it,
beautiful
but
roll
they're
through
gonna
for the
it doesn't
escape,
get
as you
overturned.
mentioned.
Yeah. But if you when the replays, if you watch the clock, he had like a second left on the clock.
It's
Yeah,
official
he had
Minnesota
time.
Coaches
He had a
Challenge
full
right now. 8
second on the
seconds
clock.
left, and it's going to be hard for McAnally to get a finish on this. But watch him go ahead and pop in.
That's a
Does he
takedown right
get to
there.
And then one.
Oh boy, he had his hands on
He's
the
at
mat there
one, and
for
the
a
guy's
while.
got
I
his
don't know if
shoulders
they're
on the
gonna
mat.
Call that reaction time.
Yeah.
They did not award it. They did not award the takedown.
That is
The,
right
the,
there, but
the
the time
first
was out.
takedown, you might
So they
have
initially
a like
awarded and
the
then
first.
took it off.
Here,
No,
watch right
he
here.
just called it after the time was out. So he put his 3 fingers
This
up.
right here, you might be able to
So
say
he
reaction
awarded it,
time,
but
no
Jim, to
takedown.
Jim's point, the
But
time was
this
out.
right here
time was
is
out.
a
But
freaking takedown.
I'm not sure it was.
He slammed him on his.
Suplex.
That was
That was like,
close.
I think it was there was a couple seconds.
that was
there
like
where
some
it was at
WWE
0, but-
stuff.
There's Brandon Eggum and Michael Kimmer in the corner, and Brandon Eggum wasting no time as he slings that
I
brick.
can't believe they challenged that and then
Onto the
still
man.
didn't
Now
get.
watch this. We're 5 seconds
overturned.
right now.
Yeah, well,
Right here at this
like,
position.
I like to say that Kale gave the
That
ref a little
hand was
wink,
on the
and then
mat. See the
they
they
referee,
knew they
no
needed to
p-
make a call for
points,
Penn State right there.
and then he waits.
They worked some Penn State magic
That
for
was the
him.
one, you know, obviously we're in slow
Win that
motion.
match.
So
Yeah.
But no, that was 100% a takedown. But basically, what happened was the ref. So they, for these matches, they have 2 refs. So they have the ref that's actually like calling all the points. He's like the main ref, and then they got like a side judge. The main ref called it a takedown on the match. The side judge basically said no takedown. They challenged it. The main ref that just said that it was a takedown then went over and watched the video and then changed it to no takedown. So I have no idea. And like the other controversial call in this match is within like the first like 15 seconds of the match, they called McAnally for stalling, and it was the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, the stall. Again, I never wrestled, but like some of the point allocations seem kind of hot. Like the fact that a stall is a full point, right?
Well,
Is that
it's so for stalling, it's a warning. So you get a warning. And
Okay.
then if you get hit again later in the match, then it's a point. And then if you get hit a third time, it's a point. If you get hit 4 times, it's 2 points.
Mhm.
And it goes all the way up to 4 points. And then if you continue to stall, you actually get DQ'd
Gotcha.
from the match.
and a takedown's always 3,
A takedown is 3. Yeah.
and an escape is 1. Is
1
that
point.
is that it? Is there any other?
There's 2, 3, and 4 point near fall. So if you have someone exposed on their back and they're past 90 degrees, the ref will count. He counts to 2 seconds, and then they get off their back.
Gotcha.
2 points near fall. 3 seconds and 4 seconds would be 4 point near fall. You can get 2 points for a reversal. So if you're on bottom and you basically like switch positions, like you get behind them and score, that's 2 points. An escape is 1, and then a takedown from your feet is 3.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I'm watching these, I'm like, I've only really watched, like MMA or boxing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, they should almost just have like either you get fully pinned and then you're done, like a knockout equivalent, or just have like a judge kind of pick the winner at the end. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like some of these, the points don't really align with who it looks like is actually like in control of the match.
Yeah, I mean, a perfect example. I mean, you see this a lot in college wrestling, and they really need to figure it out because, I mean, the stalling is just, the way they're calling stalling is just not working. And the biggest issue with stalling is it's just refed so inconsistently.
Yeah.
So the same ref will call it differently for every single match.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, like AJ Ferrari has made a living out of this from Nebraska.
Mhm.
He wins like all of his matches like 1-0, 2 to
Right.
2-1, It's so boring to watch.
I did watch that. He's the heavyweight, right?
Yeah, he's a heavyweight. He's the most boring wrestler on the planet. He's just super hard to take down. He's good on top, so he can like get a ride out. And if you get a minute of riding time, cumulative. So basically, if I ride you out for 2 minutes and you ride me out for a minute, I still have 1 minute of ride time over you. I get a point if I have 1 minute of ride time over you. At the end of the match, they give you a point. He's really good at riding people. He's really hard to take down. And he's hard to hold down on bottom, so he just gets away. But that's literally what he does. Like, he almost won the Big Ten tournament without getting a single takedown. I think he got one takedown earlier in the tournament, but
really,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any offense. He just gets away on bottom, has a tough ride where he's not even trying to score. He's just riding just to ride and hold you down.
Yeah.
And then in the third period, he basically runs away from you for a whole period.
So what qualifies that as a takedown? Like, what are you looking for to actually call it a takedown?
So for a takedown, you need to be, I mean, there's a couple different spots. So like if you're on your hip and I'm covering both of your legs, that's a takedown. If I'm behind your hips and my arms are like behind you, that's a takedown too. A takedown would also, I mean, those are really the only two criteria. Like, you like just like behind your hips and they're down on a hip. There's a couple like weird positions. Like, if I have a cradle locked up and like a scramble like position where they're kind of like out in front of you, and I got a cradle like this, but they're still up on their feet, it's not a takedown until I break you down to your hip. There's a couple positions where they're holding onto a leg where you have to like step over an ankle and hip up in order to get a takedown. A lot of those spots are pretty subjective. It's up to the ref, but
Gotcha.
I think generally the criteria for a takedown is you're behind both of their hips, and you look like you're in dominant control of the position.
So like that versus riding, what is riding?
Well, riding is when the guy is already like on bottom, like he's either been taken down or he chose bottom.
Gotcha.
And because at the end of the second and at the beginning of the second period and at the beginning of the third period, they do a coin flip at the beginning of the second. You get to choose top, bottom, or neutral. And then in the next period, the other guy gets to choose top, bottom, or neutral.
Gotcha.
So riding would be just, I'm on bottom, the other guy's on top. He's riding me. I haven't gotten away yet or gotten a reversal or.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah, interesting sport. There's like a lot of technicalities to it that you wouldn't really think about when you're just seeing two guys wrestling.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I mean, they're pretty well defined, but there's just a lot of weird positions where it leaves room for the ref's discretion.
Yeah, there's enough subjectivity that they can kind of,
because it's all about, because like especially in folk style wrestling, it's all about control. So there is like a definition for what a takedown is, but in some positions, it can be close enough to where the ref has to make a determination on whether or not it's a takedown yet. And that can be like, hey, is this guy actually in control? Is he actually fully behind the hips? If the other guy has a hold of his leg, is he really in control yet? Like that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
That kind of leaves it up for interpretation. But I mean, there's obviously some takedowns that it's like, it's obvious that it's a takedown.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it seems like a lot of the matches too, like it can be pretty dominant one way or the other. But then when I got down to the finals, a lot of these, like then it kind of almost like the strategy changes. Like guys get a little bit more cautious, a little bit more
for sure
tactical, and I mean, suddenly those things start to matter more, like in the slower matches.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of college matches are takedown matches. Like you're winning by 2 or like 1 to 2 takedowns, so 3 to 6 points.
Gotcha.
So they're normally pretty close. In high school, you see a lot more techs, pins, majors. In college, you almost exclusively see decisions, and getting like a major, a tech, or a pin is like not all that common in most matches, I would say.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so we got the championships coming up soon, NCAAs.
Yeah, not this coming weekend, but next weekend. It's going to be in Cleveland.
Nice.
Yay.
Are you trying to go at all?
I am trying to go, yeah.
Nice.
Originally, we were going to bring the whole family, but now that Ethan hasn't qualified, it's just going to be me and my dad. We're probably not going to go for the whole thing. I'm thinking we just go for like the semifinals and finals.
Yeah.
So.
Just go check it out. Are any of the other Minnesota guys going to be there?
Yeah. I mean, we still get tickets no matter what, is what they said. So I think everybody on the team is going to get a ticket. If they didn't qualify, they'll get a ticket for themselves and then tickets for family to come. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sure it'll be a good time.
Oh yeah. It's going to be sweet. I went last year and it was fun.
Yeah. Didn't Trump show up last year? Was that last year? Yeah.
Yeah, Trump was there last year. He did.
He's making it a big event. He's like, everyone's going to be there seeing if he's going to go back to back.
He showed up for the finals. He wasn't there for the whole tournament.
Yeah.
He did show up for the finals.
Nice. Awesome. Well, what else has been up? Just a lot of wrestling?
Just a lot of wrestling, yeah. I mean, it's March. This is much like basketball. We share a season with basketball, so March is our most important month of the year.
Time.
So yeah, I mean, we have our conference tournament right around the time basketball has their conference tournament, and March Madness starts obviously for basketball. Their NCAA tournament, and then our NCAA tournament is also right at the end of March. We call it March Madness. They call it March Madness, but yeah, no, it's gonna be a good time.
Cool. I'm gonna be in Vegas for the first weekend of March Madness. It's gonna be mayhem, I'm sure.
Yeah,
getting those prop bets in.
Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people trying to get their sports bets in.
Yeah,
get their parlays ready.
Yeah, that's a couple of years ago. I was down in Chicago during that opening weekend, and just downloaded FanDuel with my friend. It was just like swing betting like every game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like convinced the strategy, like every game was like a 10-point spread with like 5 minutes left, and whoever was losing would always bring it back tied. So I just kept hammering the like money line on whoever was down.
Yeah.
And we just get these huge swings in like the FanDuel app. So I would just buy, sell. It's kind of addicting. But
yeah.
It worked pretty well. But yeah,
I don't know anything about sports betting. I don't bet on sports.
Yeah, it's better that way. It's not a good hobby, but it can be fun. Put a few bucks on it.
It can be fun if you win, I guess.
Yeah. It kind of like it keeps you interested in the games. Like if it's whatever, like a 8-9 first round matchup.
Yeah.
Like I don't care, like St. Mary's versus Creighton or something. You're like, I could care less. But
yeah.
Put $1 on St. Mary's and
all of a sudden you're interested. You put money on a team that
you're like, you think you're an insider all of a sudden you got $1 riding on it.
No, I don't know if you would consider it sports betting, but obviously I bet $100 to play fantasy football every year.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, it's a gamble. If you win, you get a little bit more. If you lose, you get nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
a little slower burn.
It is a slower burn.
A little more control over your destiny there, though.
Yeah. To a point. You have a control over your own destiny. I mean, you could literally pick the number one guy at every single position and still freaking lose because they all get hurt.
Yeah. I know, it's true. I feel like every year the NFL cycles too.
Yeah.
Or like every 2 years, 2 to 3 years, like all the top outside of quarterbacks. But even there's always a new up and comer. But enough NFL. We've talked about that for the last 6 months.
We can't talk about the NFL.
We can't go back down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, we got to save all of our NFL takes for next year.
Yeah.
Next season. But yeah, so for NCAA wrestling, they released the they released the at-large bids for the national tournament. So at every weight, at least for D1, they get 29, 28 allocations that are like automatic bids that they give to each conference. So at my brother's weight, which is 174, the Big Ten had 10 allegations. So that means top 10 guys at the Big Ten conference tournament get automatic qualifications for the national tournament. And at his weight, there's 4 at-large bids. So what the at-large bids are, basically they're for guys, well, what they're supposed to be for. They're for guys that that didn't qualify at their conference tournament, but might be, you know, guys that should still be in the tournament. Like, let's say they're really good in the rankings. They have a really good winning percentage record. You know, they wrestled a tough schedule. They're seen by all metrics to be like one of the better wrestlers in the country. Yeah, they'll give them an at-large bid because they're trying to get the best 33 guys in the. Yeah, if he's well, you can always have someone who's like sick or something happens during the conference tournament, get injured or something. Yeah, I mean, and you could have a guy that gets upset at the conference tournament. Like he just has a bad day. But by all accounts, he's still good. I mean, there was a guy last year at the NCAA tournament from Northwestern, who got at-large bid, and he ended up in the semifinals at the national tournament. So yeah, it's great. Good to have him. It's like that's really what the at-large bids are for, is to try to make sure that they're getting all the best guys in the tournament. I mean, like, if you think about it, if you put it like on a high school wrestling thing, so if high school wrestling had at-large bids, like what happens is, like, especially in the Big Ten, because it's so deep, like there's a lot of like really hot, like good guys in wrestling in the Big Ten that are highly ranked, but there's only 10 spots at each weight, automatic bid. So like someone that's ranked like 11 or 12 in the Big Ten is probably one of the better wrestlers in the country, but they go to their tournament and they lose because they're not top 10. Yeah. Well, and so much of it can be your draw that day to a tournament, right? Like if you're in a power conference, like you might get. Yeah. If you get a crappy seed, you could 100% get lose 2 and be done. Yeah. Right away. Yeah. It sounds a lot like basketball. It's pretty similar. Yeah. You got like half the at-large bids. And then it's like most of the conference champions who aren't one of the 5 major conferences just don't do they have at-large bids for D1 basketball? Yeah. It's like every conference winner, and then so it's similar. It's probably almost the same conference structure. And then but yeah, half the teams end up just being like, you know, every other above average team in one of the 5 major conferences pretty much gets in. So yeah, so like at 174, before they even do the at-large bids, there's 29 allocations, and 10 of them go to the Big Ten. So yeah, it's crazy. Already close to half of super automatically go to the Big Ten. Yeah, and Big Ten and Big 12, because at 174, the Big Ten got 10, and the Big 12 got 7. So, I mean, you're looking at 17 of the 29 spots that are occupied by the Big 10 and Big 12. They're the 2 biggest conferences in wrestling, so that makes sense. Yeah. They have the best guys, the most depth. How many total spots are there for each weight? 32, 33. Oh, really? Just okay. Yeah, because there's really heavy on the. Yeah, because there's 29 allocations. So there's 29 automatic qualifiers, and then there's 4 at large. Gotcha. For 174. I mean, it depends on the weight class. Like, I think there's 1 weight class with 5 at large bids. I don't remember which one it is. I'd have to find it. 165 has 5 at large bids, so there's 28 allocations. 5 at large bids. It's the only weight class that has an extra at large. But yeah, so at 174, the at large bids came out for all the weights, and the 4 that they selected, 2 of them make sense. The other 2 make absolutely no sense at all. Really? because they don't fit any, like they weren't on anybody's list.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a bunch of people, like experts at like wrestling and the rankings and like the metrics we use to determine who the best wrestlers are in the country and where they fall. And these two guys that they put in there, they weren't on anybody's radar. The three guys that we were looking at to get that fourth, like to get that fourth at-large bid, were Ethan, who placed 11th in the Big Ten. There was this Nick Fine. I'm trying to remember what school he went to. And then there was this like Josiah Queen from Drexel. And they were like the three guys that we were looking at, like on almost everybody's list. That's like, we think that these top three guys are for sure locked in for at-large, and it's these three guys that are going to be competing for that fourth spot. Well, one of the guys that was locked, we thought was locked, he didn't even get an at-large bid because they gave two of the spots to a guy that wasn't even ranked. Like, he's not even ranked on any list. He wasn't ranked in the coaches poll. And Ethan and then the other guys that we thought were competing for that fourth spot are all better than him in like almost every metric. Same with this guy from the MAC that they gave a spot. They gave like some spot to a guy from the MAC and the Ivy League. They gave like 2 spots, and literally the only thing I could think of is they were like, okay, we got this Brody Conley kid, we got this Ethan Riddle kid. They should probably get at-large bids, but we got too many people in the Big 10 and Big 12, so we're just gonna give a spot to an Ivy League school or a MAC school.
Yeah, it's funny. They manage to. There's controversy in like every selection committee like that.
Yeah,
and they always manage to. I mean, it was just like the college football playoff last year with Notre Dame. Like, they always manage to set themselves up for controversy. Like, no matter how many teams or how many picks there are, no matter how clear it seems, like the top, whatever it is, 12, 30, 32, 100 and or whatever, 64, they always, that.
Yeah,
and
the NCAA selection committee for wrestling, they don't publicize the criteria that they use to pick the at-large bids.
Spit out the list.
And they don't publicize the criteria they use to seed the national tournament. Really? They just do it. They seed it, they pick the at-larges, and you can't really say anything about it because it's not like you can be like, oh, well, this is your criteria and you got something wrong. Yeah. Because you don't know what their criteria is. They basically say, yeah, we look at some stuff and we choose some people.
Yeah. That's gotta be frustrating.
Yeah, it's extremely frustrating. Yeah. But yeah, like they legitimately could have just been like, we got these 2 guys, they're pretty good. They probably should be in the bracket, but nah, we want to give some representation to Ivy League and MAC.
Keep those Ivy Leaguers focused, make them think there's a chance. Keep them fighting.
Exactly. But no, it doesn't make much sense to me, but nothing you can do about it.
Ethan, he's Ethan, Isaac's brother, for those who haven't watched previous episodes, but he's a sophomore, is it?
Yeah, he's a sophomore.
Okay, so he's got a couple more years at least.
Yeah, I mean, people say that all the time, like he's got a couple more years, but like the spot that he has on the team is not a guarantee.
Yeah.
So like
to get to
this could easily be his only opportunity to wrestle in the Big Ten championship and make the national tournament. Yeah. Because they're constantly recruiting new guys that are just as good, if not better. The kid that he stole the spot from is still going to be around next year. He's still going to have to compete and keep the spot. Yeah. So,
yeah,
that just makes it even more frustrating that.
It's true. Nothing's guaranteed. Once you get to that upper echelon of any thing, it's like you got to fight for that. Like everyone wants that spot. You got to fight for it.
It's not like high school where you're just the starter because you're the only guy on the team at that weights. Yeah. At Germantown, we couldn't fill all the weights all the time, so I could basically just walk in and be like, I'm wrestling this weight, and they're like, Yeah.
Yeah, wrestle 150 in the morning, go eat a sandwich, and wrestle 160 in the afternoon.
Yeah, exactly. Because but in high school, the competition is so like, especially on like high school teams, like on a high school level, like the competition is nowhere near what it is in a college room.
Yeah.
So like me and Ethan could just walk in and basically say we want to wrestle at any weight,
Yeah.
and we could probably wrestle there because nobody on the team could beat us in a wrestle off. They wanted the spot.
That's actually interesting. Do any teams do that? Like if you have a guy who's 170 and he's just better than everybody on the team, will people just have, like, can you wrestle in multiple weights or you have to pick one?
So I mean, once you hydrate so at the beginning of the season, they do hydration testing and pinch testing, which basically determines what your lowest eligible weight class is.
Yeah.
Which is a relatively new development, because back in like when my dad was wrestling, you could go whatever weight class you want, and people were cutting ridiculous amounts of weights and doing a whole bunch of not so great stuff for their health.
Yeah.
To get down to like these ridiculously low weights. But now they have some rules in place that are supposed to protect guys and make it impossible for them to cut like a ton of weight. So we have this hydration test, we have this pinch test where you have to show up for the pinch test hydrated, so you weren't like cutting for it. Forces you to not cut for it. And then you do the pinch test to figure out your body fat percentage, and then they weigh you and they determine what your lowest eligible weight class is.
Gotcha.
So, to a point, you could get a guy and they could probably be eligible for like a handful of weight classes.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, because like Ethan, is it 174? Is that the number? Yeah. So he wrestles there. It's like, imagine you had a guy who could, in high school could wrestle all the way up through heavyweight at 174. Like, could he just do whatever for?
Yeah, I mean, you have to. Well, it would be hard. It depends on how much he weighs. If he actually weighs like 180 and he's hydrated for 174, probably not, because like for heavyweight and some of those weights, there's actually a minimum weight you have to meet to be eligible for that weight class. So if I weigh 180, I can't wrestle 215.
Gotcha.
Or heavyweight. But I can, like, if I weigh 180 and let's say my minimum weight class is 165, I could wrestle 165. I could wrestle 174. I could probably even wrestle 185. Because like those are all weights that are within reach.
Gotcha. But so will you have guys that compete in multiple weights?
Not in college, no.
In high school though, like will they go to state and in more than one weight class, or can that not happen?
They can't go to state in more than one weight class. They have to choose a weight class to go.
Okay, so by the time you get to the playoffs, you gotta lock in and pick one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because like whatever weight you go to sectionals for and qualify for the state tournament as is the weight you're gonna have to wrestle at state.
Gotcha.
But there are a lot of guys that will start the year at one weight and end the year at another. So they'll start the year, and they do that because during the season, at least in high school, they don't do this in college, but in high school, they actually give you like a weight allowance as the year goes on. So at the beginning of the year, the weight class will be 160, but by the second day of the state tournament, it's 164.
Okay.
Because they give you weight as you go. So.
Gotcha.
So like what guys will do is they'll be like, I'm gonna wrestle 150 at the state tournament, but I don't want to cut to 150 right now. So I'm going to start the season at 160, wrestle 160, and then cut to 154 because that's easier for me now that the weight 150 is now 154 because they give the 4 pounds. So
there's a lot of strategy to it.
Yeah, there's a ton of strategy.
Well, I feel like a lot of it must just also like when you get to like state contender level.
Yeah.
Will guys just pick and choose based on like, oh, I don't want to wrestle that guy? Like, say there's someone just dominating.
Absolutely. 174,
I'd be like, gosh, you got to lose 10 pounds and
yeah, people do that all the time
around him. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of so a lot of that, like there's a couple ways you can go about it. So if you think you're a kind of guy that can go and win the state tournament, like if you think you're good enough to win the state tournament, you might be like, oh, I want to avoid this guy or that guy and go in a weight where those guys aren't there because I have the best chance of winning the state tournament. But if you're a guy that you don't think you can win it, but you think you might be able to place, going to a weight where there's a guy that's like clearly going to be the champ is like the best weight for you, because all the guys that think they're going to win are going to clear out of that weight class to avoid that guy. It's like at 150 this year at the state tournament, Kellen Wolbert was at 150, and he's the best pound for pound high school wrestler in the state. Everybody cleared out of that weight class. So if you're just like a guy that's like, hey, I'm just trying to get on the podium, you sneak into that weight class and all of a sudden it's a much easier field.
Yeah. You got second place.
Yeah.
Easily locked up. Yeah.
Maybe not easily locked up, but I'm just saying getting on the podium.
A lot of the elite guys might be trying to move out of there. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, all the like other guys that could probably win state if Kellen Wolbert wasn't there are going to go to other weight classes to try to win state.
Yeah, it's like a big standoff on what weight you're going to pick.
Yeah, so it's like a guy that it's like a guy that probably doesn't make the podium if all of those guys are in the same weight class with him. They all leave because they want to avoid Kellen Wolbert. All of a sudden, there's a little gap for you to slip onto the podium.
Does everyone announce at the same time, like what weight they're going to wrestle in?
I mean, basically the day of sectional, you have
just
to
like show up and you say which one.
Well, your coach has to submit a weigh-in sheet.
Okay, because I'm wondering if you'll have guys that are like down to the wire, like looking.
You can change your. I mean, you can change your weight. I mean, if you go to section, so if you miss weight at sectional, you can go up a weight class.
Okay.
But the coach has to submit a weigh-in sheet by like, I don't know, it's normally like, I think for sectionals it's normally like the day before at like noon. You got to have like your weigh-in sheet submitted, and it shows where the weight class that all your guys are going to go. And what you can do is, you know, if I say I'm going to go 160, but I'm eligible for 152, I can go down or up one weight class. So if I'm saying I'm going 60, but I make 152 on the day, I can wrestle 152. If I miss 160, I can go up and wrestle 165 or 170 or whatever the weight is. So yeah, I mean,
I guess it's one thing to say you can do it, and then another to like last second have to just go cut weight or like have to.
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
Still a bunch of bigger guys.
You can't cut weight on the day. If you get caught, I mean, you can, but if you get caught cutting weight on the day, you'll technically get in trouble for it. It's technically against the rules.
But so do they like do a final check, like a final weigh-in at all? Like so the coach submits your weight, and then you have to go like.
Your coach submits the weigh-in sheet. They have, when they call your team up to weigh everybody in, they have that weigh-in sheet.
Okay. And
you go up, you check in with the ref, you get on the scale. And again, like you can move up or down one weight class. So,
so if
he looks at the weigh-in sheet, you're eligible for, you're saying you're going to wrestle 160. You just tell him, no, I want to wrestle 152 today. Get on the scale, make 152. All right, cool. You're wrestling 152. But once you've made that weight on the day, that's your weight. Like, you're wrestling a sectional at 152. If you qualify for state at 152, you're wrestling 152.
Well, then will they weigh you again at state?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They weigh you again they weigh you on every single day of the state tournament. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So you weigh in on the Thursday, and they wrestle a couple rounds, and then Friday you weigh in again, but you get a pound allowance. You get a pound, weigh in again on that Friday, and then if you are still in the tournament, you would weigh in again on that Saturday, but you would get another pound. So now you got 2 pounds.
And if you don't make weight, is it just like one shot and you're done? Or is it like you can go run a few laps and try to...
No. If it's weigh-in time and you miss weight on the scale, if you miss weight on all of the scales, you're done. You can't wrestle. You're done.
Gotcha.
So normally what they do is, because there's some variation between scales, is if they have like 4 scales, you miss weight on one of them, they'll let you weigh in on every single scale. If you miss weight on all of them,
you're done.
You're done. Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be like pretty close on those lower weight divisions, especially, I imagine. Like,
yeah,
guys are probably butting right up against it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to do it. Like there's no point in being like a pound under.
Yeah.
Like you want to be as big as you possibly can be. Like the perfect, I think the best way to do it is to be like 0.2 under. So if my weight class is 126, I'm showing up at 125.8.
Yeah. Man, I don't think I'd have a discipline for that. My weight fluctuates like 5 pounds every day.
Yeah, when you're, I mean, I had cut weight, but it's so hard to keep weight on during the season when you're wrestling or
when you're working out that.
because you just lose so much weight in like a practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. My brother was telling me that for a duel this year, the night before the weigh-in, he was on weight. And he said it was crazy because he lost like 6 pounds in a practice. He's like, it was ridiculous. It's like I showed up to practice, I worked out, and I was on weight, and I was 6 pounds over beforehand.
Yeah.
So he like drank to like a pound over, and then the next morning he was a pound underweight.
Mm-hmm.
So he drank up to like half a pound under to be safe. And by the time he got on the scale, he was a pound under again. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. A lot of discipline.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I guess once you get down to those weights, there probably is like less variance at the lower weights just because your body like doesn't really have that much. I mean, you're not carrying that much water weight at that point, I imagine.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean, at the lower weights, it's harder for like the really light guys to cut that much weight.
Yeah.
It's much easier for the bigger guys to cut weight because they got more fat on them.
Yeah. You just work hard for a couple days.
It's also easier because
Falls off,
you tend to have more water weight to lose.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good luck to the guys heading into state.
State tournament's done.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I thought you were saying you still had it. So it's over.
No, it's over.
Oh.
Yeah. So, the state tournament the individual state tournament was end of February.
Okay.
Team state just finished up. We didn't qualify for team state, so we didn't go to that. And Isaac Weber got third place. And then the other guy that we qualified didn't place. He went 0-2. But, happens. Both of them were sophomores, so it's kind of a good, they still got two seasons left, so
yeah,
it's a good sign for the future.
Yeah.
Isaac Weber is a kid that has state champ potential. Like he lost his semifinal match by 1 point, which would have put him in the finals. And then the guy that won his weight class, he wrestled him earlier in the year and lost to him by a takedown. That's how close.
So he was right there.
Yeah, like all three of those guys were like super close.
Yeah.
Because the finals match was like a 1 point match too.
Mm.
So he'll be back, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
And he'll get another shot to win a state championship. And
sweet.
I'm glad that I'm going to be there to see it.
Yeah.
So
you'll be up there with him.
Yeah. But I forgot the whole reason why we got into this. So I was talking about the at-large bid. So if I put it in the context of high school wrestling, when you look at the sectionals for D1, top 2 at every weight class go to state at sectionals. But if you're in a stacked sectional, like our sectional, a lot of the times you'll have like the 1, the 2, and the 3 all in the same weight. The 1, the 2, and the 3 in the state in the same sectional.
Mm.
And one of those guys isn't going to state. Well, if we had like a wild card or like an at-large bid, that would be perfect so that the number 3 guy in the state could get into the bracket.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that happens in a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the concentration of like the better teams is kind of like Southeast or up by Madison.
Yeah.
And so you end up with a lot of like overpowered sectionals.
Yeah. I mean, in high school, I just don't think they're interested in getting the best 14 guys in the state in the bracket. That's just not what they're trying to do.
Was it like fixed sectionals? Like, is it usually the same teams in each sectional every year, more or less?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it's like, even if you get more powerful like conferences and
they do swap them every once in a while, but like Plus, like how the WIAA even chooses who's in a sectional is so weird. Like they don't,
Yeah.
and it's another thing. It's always this way. It's a criteria that they don't disclose.
Yeah, they just
They,
tell you.
they have some process. They don't tell anybody what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they just do that intentionally because if they tell too much of what's going on behind the
Yeah.
curtains, everyone's going to have opinions and then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my guess is if they actually publicized their criteria, they would get a lot of angry people.
Yeah, a lot of hate.
Yeah, for what their criteria is, because
A lot of demands. Yeah.
I mean there's a lot of issues with how they run the state tournament, like with how they seed, choose the sectionals, like all sorts of stuff. Because like this year, at one of the weight classes, there was a guy that got beat at his sectionals. He got second place at his sectional, and the guy that beat him at sectionals was seeded at the state tournament like 7 or 8, and the guy that lost to him still got the 1 seed.
Oh, they don't. That's weird.
So basically, like how you do it sectionals, they say is a seeding criteria, but it's not even close to the number 1 seeding criteria. Right now, all their seeding criteria is mostly based on what you did last year, which doesn't seem...
Yeah, it's weird. It should be based on...
Right?
Or they should just have like a publisher ranking going in to the tournament and be like, if you qualify for state, you're going to slot into whatever we're like doing at the start of the playoffs, right? So like,
yeah.
say you're the 1 seed and you get second in your sectional, at least everyone knows if this guy qualifies, he's going to be the 1 seed because of his season. Or
Yeah.
like, you know, something like that.
I think at a minimum, I think they should change the criteria to where it's more based off what you did during this season. Because like, with the exception of maybe like returning state placer, I don't think how you did last year should matter.
Yeah.
Because it's like most kids are at a different weight. It's a year later. Like, there's more freshmen coming in, because that's the other thing. It screws freshmen because they're not going to meet any other criteria because it's their first season.
Is it single elimination at state?
At state, it used to be, so they've changed it a lot since I was in high school, but how they do it now is everybody gets 2 matches.
Okay.
You're guaranteed at least 2.
So at least like your seed it matters obviously, but it's not like if you get a bad draw, you're totally cooked. Like you can always backdoor it.
Yeah, you can backdoor it, but you can't wrestle back for 3rd.
Oh, really?
So if you lose in the first round, the best you can get is 5th.
Oh.
They eliminated a round of consolation so that you can't wrestle back for 3rd.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
So what
they should have some way, like if you get,
Yeah, so what they do is they just take the 2 losers from the semifinals and they have them wrestle for 3rd, 4th.
Gotcha. And that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean that's basically single elimination.
So basically, if you make the semifinals, you're top 4 no matter what.
Yeah.
You can't do like the semifinal slide where you slide all the way down to 6th.
Yeah, they need like a proper consolation bracket. Like that's.
And they could easily fit in the extra round.
Yeah.
Like there's plenty of time to fit in the extra consi round. It wouldn't even take that long to just, because essentially all they eliminated was basically the round before like consi semis. They eliminated the consi quarters. If they because if you put in the round of consi quarters, then the losers of the consi quarters go and wrestle for 5th, 6th. And the winners would go into the consi semis. Or sorry, I mixed that up. Technically, in our state bracket, the losers of the consi quarters would get eliminated. The winners would go into the consi semis. The losers of that would wrestle for 5th, 6th, and the winners would wrestle for 3rd, 4th. Yeah, but they don't do that. They eliminated that round to where, so now they moved the elimination round back. I guess they didn't move it back. It would have been an elimination round anyway. But they made it to where you can't wrestle back for 3rd. The best you can get is 5th.
Gotcha.
It's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know why they made that decision. When I was in high school, you could wrestle back for 3rd.
Really?
So when I was in high school, how the bracket worked is if you lost your first round match, you were eliminated unless the guy that beat you wins his next match.
I mean, that's a fair way to do it too.
So if I lose to like the 1 seed, probably going to get another match because he's probably going to win his next match. But like, it was good for me because when I went to state, I lost, and then the guy that beat me won, and he just win. He also injured the guy that he beat. So then the next day, like the Saturday, like the Friday morning, I actually started the day with a forfeit win.
Oh, yeah.
Because the guy was...
He paved the way for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that worked out for me. But then for my brother, when his freshman year, when he went to state, it was the same bracket structure, and he probably got the worst draw in the history of the state tournament. He wrestled the number 3 guy in the first round, and then the number 3 guy went and wrestled the 1 seed and lost.
Oh, that's brutal.
So he lost to the guy that got 3rd, and then the guy that got 3rd lost to the guy that got 1st.
Yeah.
It was It was brutal.
They should just do like a round robin, like make little
Round robin.
do like tables, like soccer style. Because how many guys qualify?
14.
Yeah, so do like make it 16 instead. Do 4 groups of 4. Everyone wrestles everyone. Top 4 go into a bracket.
You could do it.
I don't know.
That's not round robin. That's like pool.
That's like a table, yeah.
Yeah,
So you do like round robins among each. Yeah, you have pools, and then you rank the guys out of the pools, or
Yeah.
you do like A, B out of each pool.
Yeah.
But make a bracket out of that.
Yeah, that's like a pool, a pool bracket. That's how we do a lot of our dual, our dual tournaments, where you put like 4 teams at a pool. They all wrestle each other, and then you like rank them A, B, C, or D, and then they go into the A bracket or the B bracket or the C bracket or the D bracket, and they compete for a place or whatever it may be. But yeah, I mean, I agree that I think they should do 16 at the state tournament. I think they should be, because they make it 14 because they want to give the 1 and the 2 seed a bye in the first round.
Mm.
But I think they should do 16, and basically the guy that gets seeded 16 and 15 should be like a wild card.
Yeah.
Like, it should be like an at-large bid. It should be like, let's go find a guy that is ranked in the top 16 in the state that didn't make the tournament.
Yeah.
And let's let him in. Let's give him a spot.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Maybe that's not the criteria, but that you get what I'm saying. Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to do that.
No, they're not. No one in WIAA cares that much. It's like, they're like, well, no, we're going to do it the way that we said we're doing it. So,
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, they need to change the seeding criteria to where it's more focused on this season and not last season. And they need to make it to where you can wrestle back for 3rd.
Yeah.
I don't like that you can't wrestle back for 3rd.
Yeah, that part sounds like a bigger issue to me.
Yeah.
Like the fact that once you qualify,
And I would like the sectional tournament to actually kind of matter, like how you place at sectionals. I mean, it's the qualifying tournament for state.
Yeah.
So I feel like how you do should matter, but
Yeah.
yeah. But the other thing that the wild card does is it makes that 3rd place match at sectional actually matter a little bit more, other than just being like a match that you wrestle and kind of hope and pray that the guy that you lost to ends up winning the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Because at sectional we do a true second. So if you lose, like in the semifinals, you can wrestle back for 3rd.
Mm.
And if the guy that beat you earlier wins the bracket, you'll wrestle the guy that just lost in the finals for 2nd place.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a proper consolation bracket.
Yeah. Yeah, but they only do that at sectionals. I haven't seen them do it for any other tournament.
Yeah.
But they do it at sectionals because obviously only top 2 get to go. So
Yeah, I guess part of it is a question of like how much do you want endurance versus just like strength to matter? Because if you build in too many consolations, I don't know. I figure I can do that many matches in that short of time, or if it starts to kind of measure a different set of skills, if it gets to be, that complicated.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird for thinking this, but I think the state tournament and the national tournament should be about getting the best 16 and the best 32 guys in the country to battle it out in a bracket every single year.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be like making it like, sure, if a guy just shows up out of nowhere and beats somebody and actually like earns his spot, sure, let him in the bracket. But I think we should be trying to get as close to the best 16 or 33 guys in the state, in the country, in those brackets.
Yeah, no, I agree on that. And I'm just saying, like, in the tournament itself, how much of a consolation do you want to run?
Yeah, I mean, we placed top 6 at WIAA state. I think you should be able to wrestle back for third.
Yeah.
We might as well have a full wrestle back to third place.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see the point of having a true second. I don't think that we need that, but at least wrestle back for third. I think that's because we're talking 1 round of consolation. It's not like we're not adding like 2 or 3 rounds of consolation to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, keep the path to the podium alive.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but that was a robbery. Max McAnally won that match. They should.
I mean, I know nothing about wrestling, but watching that, I'm like, yeah, he just dropped that dude on his head while there was time on the clock.
Yeah,
That's got to be a win.
You paused it right at the right moment. You see what that ref, he said it's a takedown.
Yeah, he's giving it to him.
Well, he said it's a takedown, and then he took it away.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Sell out.
Like I said, Kale gave him a little wink, and he was like, all right, I know what I got to do. I got to make a call for Penn State.
Yeah. Cool. Well, any other topics we wanted to discuss today?
I don't have it. I mean, we were supposed to come up with ideas for future podcasts.
Yeah, we can come up with some stuff down the road once you're fully recovered from the wrestling
stuff.
The wrestling season.
I mean, we kind of had like a mini episode right here talking about wrestling stuff, but
yeah, no, I'm saying once you come fully off the wrestling season, we can get some new topics going.
All right. I mean, high school season's done, so the only other thing left is
we're going to the NCAAs in a week.
NCAAs, and yeah, not this week. This week, good. Next week,
yeah.
I'm gonna be gone that weekend. But yeah. But no, I mean, I think our first episode back is gonna be faith and endurance.
Yeah, I think we'll talk a little bit more about
or just faith in general.
Faith, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll come up with some stuff. Yeah. I want to talk about this guy, Brian Johnson, because I was listening to him last week. And Theo Vaughn. I think his whole project, Don't Die, is kind of an interesting topic.
I think we've talked about him.
We did. We talked about him a little bit. Actually, on the episode that Ethan was on last year.
We did.
But yeah, I mean, he's making himself a little more present in the mainstream. The guy's got like a lot more stuff going on YouTube and social media. And he's very convinced that he's going to figure out how to live forever. I think it's
I've just
fascinating
seen
topic.
The only videos I've seen of him as of late are these like YouTube shorts where he basically like buys fast food and then he just belittles everybody that eats it.
Yeah.
And tells them how bad it is for you. And it's just like, I don't care how bad it is for me.
No, I think, I think what's more interesting on him is just that, like, he, whatever, he's a billionaire that's measuring every single thing he does and trying to convince people that he could theoretically not die. I think that's kind of an interesting
I
setup.
I think his philosophy is a little flawed.
Oh, yeah, fundamentally flawed.
Yeah.
But he has self-awareness, though, which is the interesting thing about it to me. Like, he knows, he's like, yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. And like, you'd envision him as being like totally like just an oddball, which he is, but like at the same time, he's self-aware about it.
He eats I know he eats like the same meals like every day.
Yeah.
And then he like basically finishes his like dessert for every meal is like a glass of pills.
Yeah, he takes a ton of supplements.
Yeah.
He does a ton of therapies.
Like I know he does red light therapy.
Well, yeah, and he does like the hyperbaric stuff. He does sauna, like cold plunge, all that stuff. He does, again, like all the supplements, measures everything in his body and takes supplements to get like optimized levels of everything.
Yeah.
He did this was weird. He was talking about he did a plasma donation like from his son because there's studies that show that they did a study where you take like two mice and like connect their blood systems
Yeah.
and basically their age converges to the younger of the two mice. So he took that study and he's like, okay, I'm just going to take a plasma donation from my son. And he's like, if I replace this plasma or my plasma with his, it'll make me younger.
Yeah. He looks like, I don't know. For as healthy as he is, he doesn't look very healthy.
Oh, no, he doesn't look healthy at all.
No.
Yeah.
He looks very, I don't know how to explain it. He just doesn't look normal.
Like an alien.
Like an alien, yeah.
Yeah.
Very pasty, too. He needs to get like a tan, but I guess tans are bad.
Tanning's
for your
bad,
skin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to keep his skin age down.
Yeah, he probably doesn't spend too much time outside because he doesn't want to get hit by the cancer laser that we have in the sky.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely an interesting character.
Yeah. Yeah,
But yeah,
we can deep dive Brian Johnson in an episode. I mean, I don't know that much about him.
I feel like we just unpacked a good amount of it right now.
Yeah, you'd be the subject matter expert.
Well, I think just what's interesting is like all these guys that are fascinated with like the concept of living forever.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to live forever, I can tell you that.
No, but he's very fixated on the idea of like solving death, as in like, and he's got like an altruist. I mean, on this podcast he was talking a little bit about like why he does it. And there's like an altruism to it. He's like, with the way today is evolving and everyone having like all these conflicting interests.
Yeah.
As technology gets more powerful, like how do you decide or like how to make decisions, how to allocate it? And he's like, well, his principle is that if you just value human life as like the North Star of like AI, like you teach AI basically like, what are you here for? It's to increase human life expectancy.
Yeah.
And just keep as many people alive as you can.
Yeah.
That's like a good founding thing.
Well, we already sort of know why we die. Like, I mean, like
age for sure.
why we age.
Yeah.
Like, we know why we age, and like, we know exactly why we age, and it's because the telomeres on the end of your chromosomes, they like wear down.
Yeah, as they replicate.
As they replicate, and like eventually they wear all the way down, and then they can't replicate anymore, and then you die. At least from old age. Obviously, like all the diseases and stuff, that would just be medicine advancing. I mean, I'm sure all the supplements and stuff he's taking, he's fighting that side of the battle, I suppose.
Well, I think that's what he's doing is pretty much he's like hyper fixated on measuring his chromosomes and figuring out how to slow down that aging process.
Yeah, be like optimal.
Yeah, and I think his whole idea is like if I can slow it down long enough that we solve it, then I will have achieved eternal life. But he was talking about like there was like a hot mic or something, and it was like Putin talking to the leader of China. Was it Xi Jinping? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Anyways, they were like on a hot mic saying that they think they can live to be 180.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of his point, was like, if these guys are saying they can do it.
I think this was actually like researched, like theoretically, what is the longest a human being could live?
It reminds me of a Ricky Bobby quote.
It says theoretically the maximum human lifespan is generally estimated between 120 and 150 years old.
Yeah.
So.
For now.
I mean, I think the longest people that have ever lived are around like that 120 mark.
Yeah.
So, but like, you look at those people and I don't think they're happy living that long.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it's like if you're aging organically, I think you get very tired.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to live forever.
No, I mean, I think that it's,
Because eventually it gets to a point where it's like you're so old or you're so like wore out that you just like life isn't even worth living anymore.
yeah. Well, I mean, to me, it's like, even if you imagine a world where you don't tire, like you don't actually age at all.
Yeah.
Well, the con is, or like, I mean, that world would be brutal because there'd be no consequences basically, unless like a mortal thing happens, like you.
Yeah. I mean, there would still be consequences in the sense that you could still get sick and die.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's the whole thing, like, part of what makes life meaningful is you only get to live it once. It's like, I'm only 30 years old
Yeah.
a year, and so the things I do actually matter, right?
Mhm.
And they're like ultimately what define my experience. Versus if you're always in a 30-year-old body, it's like, well,
Yeah.
then you can just spend 20 years playing video games, and it's like no sweat off your back.
Yeah. I mean, that would be, I don't know. I mean, like if you take it from like the religious standpoint, there's no reason to like want to live forever
Mm-hmm.
because, well, you are going to live forever on the other side, whatever you
Mhm.
think that is.
Yeah, and so on Theo Von, Brian Johnson was talking about that, and he was like, he's totally like on board with that. He's like, I think we can all still agree that for today, we don't want to die. That's like his selling point. He's like,
Yeah.
yes, we're like okay with death eventually, but we don't want to die today. So like he's trying to do everything he can to not die today.
I don't think that's true for everybody, but
Well, not for everybody.
sure.
But yeah, it's interesting.
For young people, sure. Yeah, I mean, for young people, they're like, of course they don't want to die today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird way of thinking, but it's catching. I mean, he's definitely got a lot of virality. People are paying attention to him.
When you
and he's
do,
putting so much money into it at the same time.
we're in an age where absurdity gets a lot of views. So
I think absurdity's always gotten a lot of views.
it's not surprising.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
even back 2,000 years ago with the gladiators or with whatever, it's always the craziest stuff that everyone wants to see.
Like, though, like in recent years, I've been seeing all of these accounts on Instagram and stuff that get like a shitload of views, and they're all the same formula. They're like, for every follower I get, I'm gonna do X.
Yeah.
For every
I've seen those, like, I want to walk a foot for every follower I get. Or
Yeah. For every follower I get, that equals 1 cup of water I'm gonna remove from my pool. That was one that I saw. For every follower I get, I mean, there was one that just ended that was like, for every follower I get, I'm gonna dig. He was like digging through this wall with like a fork, and he's like, every follower I get is 1 scratch on the wall. And he like eventually like broke through the wall, and he said, I just broke out of prison. That's what he said. But obviously that wasn't true. But
Yeah.
have you seen that there's like this Instagram account, YouTube account, Project 1356.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, he just restarted the count.
Didn't it end though? And it was kind of like anticlimactic. Like all he did was.
Yeah, it ended, and he was like, I had these 4 goals that I wanted to accomplish in 1,356 days, and he didn't accomplish like any of them. That was like the moral of the story. So then he was like, now I'm going to reset the counter and have 4 more goals I'm going to try to accomplish.
Back to 1356 he went? All the way up?
Yeah, completely restarted the count.
Did he share his goals?
No. Well, some of them are the same, I would imagine. But one of his goals he actually did accomplish, and it was to get like X amount of followers or subscribers on YouTube and Instagram.
Well, he probably lost them all once. Yeah, with the big reveal.
I
That's
think
never going to hit twice. Like the first time, it's like everyone's like, what's this guy's deal? What's he doing? Now we all know.
Yeah.
Again, like we've got to see behind the curtain, and it's like, all right.
I was never that interested in it anyway. I think I followed the account, and like whenever it would pop up on my feed, I'd be like, oh, look at that. Another 100 days has gone by, or 50 days has gone by since the last time I saw this.
I think I started getting it with like 4 days left. So
Yeah.
I followed because I was like, oh, I only have 4 days.
Yeah.
It's worth.
I think when I followed the account, there was like 600 days left or something like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, the thing that's kind of interesting about it is people use it to track their own goals. So they use the countdown to like track their own goals. So there's like a community that he built around
That's
this
cool.
like
Yeah.
countdown, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, like the initial like, I don't think it's gonna hit as hard this time.
Yeah.
I think you're right on that.
Well, there's not like because Mr. Beast, I think.
I don't know if that was real, but he did post a lot where it was like, Mr. Beast was like, reveal what the timer is for.
He was yeah.
I'll pay you $1 million or something.
Yeah. I feel like that was when it got. I don't know. At least he was saying that was when he got a ton more popularity.
Yeah. No, but I see accounts like that on Instagram and they get so freaking many followers. And I'm like, and then I think about our podcast and it only has, we don't even have 200 followers on Instagram. I'm like,
Yeah. What do we need to do?
what are we doing wrong? Like,
Well, we're not putting anything out there like that. We got to start getting some.
that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
We got to completely switch gears and just become one of those. For every follower I get, I'll do 1 pull up, something like that.
Yeah. Not bad.
Because people will follow just because they'll be like, oh, now you got to do 100,000 pull ups. Joke's on you.
Yeah. Do a burpee for every follower.
Yeah, we'll have Kyle do a burpee for every follower, and
See
then
if they can break him
we'll just post a montage of those burpees that he did that
every
one time.
day. Just repping out his burpees.
Every day. Yep.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh.
See if they can break him.
Literally, I don't even think half of those channels actually do what they say they're doing.
Oh yeah, well one of them was like walk a foot for every follower, and he was definitely not doing it. Because he was like, his whole thing was it's supposed to be weight loss,
Yeah.
and he was claiming he was walking like 20 miles a day, but he like wasn't really losing the weight. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's no way you're walking 20 miles a day and not
I saw it, and he just like posted a video every walk. Like there was
like once a month or something.
yeah, never anything that like objectively proved that he was doing what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll crack the internet slowly but surely on this 10-year journey.
Yeah, 10-year plan. I forgot about that. That was our motto, 10-year plan.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep coming.
Or is
up
it a
with
5-year? Was it 10-year plan or
10-year plan? 10-year plan.
Yeah.
We'll just keep finding interesting things to talk about and just see if people want to pay attention.
Is that how many?
not, we'll
Is that
just-
how many views we have on our channel?
That was like across every platform, like adding them all up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's still pretty cool.
Yeah. It's not plugged in anymore. We'll get that back online.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the momentum back. We're with a cold start because we did all the football and then we kind of stopped for a bit. But
What do you think about expanding in the Indonesian market? I think
we got a lot of views in Indonesia.
I think we might have a selling point there.
Yeah. Also, we were trying to like promote our
promoted-
content. Yeah.
Yeah.
And by mistake, I did it in Indonesia.
Yeah.
And it gets like so many more views if you do it in Indonesia.
I forget how many views it got. It got like,
Yeah, like 70,000 views.
something
Indonesia.
ridiculous.
So we were like, we got to go to Indonesia and everyone's going to recognize us. They're gonna be like, these are those guys that were speaking English on my phone.
Yeah, they probably didn't watch. Well, that was the thing though. I thought the watch time was actually pretty decent.
We were getting some okay watch time. Not on that one, but like halfway through the football season, we started getting actually some organic watch time.
Yeah.
A couple of our episodes did like a couple 100 hours of organic watch time.
Yeah.
But then it tapered off just because like it's hard. You have to grind. Like every video you upload has to be really good quality or YouTube won't. Like I think they have an algorithm that actually like watches your video and is like probably ranks it on like how high quality is this, how engaging is it. And if you don't like when we're just filming it on podcast and throwing it up, I think that we get ranked pretty poorly because it doesn't like organically.
Well, that was
promoted.
the one thing I know that Kyle has been posting the shorts on the Instagram, and it just irked me when I listened to one of the shorts he posted, and you could still hear like all the background noise.
Oh yeah.
Like it sounded like someone was like breathing into their mic, or like making noises or like grunting in the background, and I was just like, Ugh.
Well, Podcastle is pretty bad. So we were like doing all of our remote episodes on Podcastle, and
Yeah.
when you try to like edit the sound, any like quiet background noises would try to make consistent volume with the rest of the clips and the episodes, so they'd get like amplified.
Mm-hmm.
Or it would just like randomly be very loud noises. Yeah, podcast is not the best, but we got the studio. I think when we're in here, the quality's better.
Yeah, the only way that you could actually get the Podcastle audio to be like clean was you had to basically listen to the whole thing back and cut out all of the little audio bits in the background.
Yeah. Which we did for the first few episodes, and then I gave up because I'm like, this is way too much work.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because our videos are like 2 hours long.
Yeah. And no one watches that for the first half an hour. Like, no one will ever see this.
Got to the point where it became not even worth the time or the energy.
Yeah, it's like we need little Easter eggs. Like, if you're listening to this very minute of this episode, tell us in the comments that you were here, because I don't think anyone's making it.
Next time we're in here editing a video, we'll be like 30 minutes in, and I'll just come in over the mic and be like, if you listen for the first 30 minutes, you're seeing this very important announcement.
That's what we could do, is like say a secret word. We're going to be like, over the next 10 episodes, we're going to say 10 secret words.
Yeah.
And if you can comment them all, we'll send you a $20 gift card.
And be like, if you've made it an hour into this podcast, I have a very special announcement for you.
Yeah.
If you use code Too Easy on the website, you get 50% discount or something. I don't know.
That's a good promotion technique, I think.
Maybe we make like I've been saying this, maybe we make like a Patreon or something.
Yeah.
And we do like channel tiers.
I think if we just say 10 secret words over the next 10 episodes, and if you comment that word first, you get $10. See if people,
$10.
see if someone will find all those words.
Somebody will.
Yeah.
If we tell them that.
What's the first secret word? Drop it right now.
I don't know. We're not starting right now.
Yeah, you gotta watch the next episode. At some point in a future episode, we'll start.
Undisclosed start of this challenge. There's just going to be 10 secret words that are said in future episodes.
Yeah.
And if you find one of them and you comment it, and you're the first one to comment it,
there you go.
you'll get $10.
It's like striking oil.
Yeah, exactly.
A little free money.
Yeah, it'll give them incentive to watch all of our future videos.
Yeah.
That's if they think sitting for an hour and a half listening to a bunch of Wisconsinites talk about random crap is worth $10.
We'll keep getting our content better.
Yeah.
Some more focused topics, but it's a battle for another day.
Oh yeah.
For today, that call was trash.
It was. Yeah. It was. It ruined my day and my night. I was completely destroyed after that. No, I was. But no, it was a really bad call. But yeah, I mean, I was talking about the officiating at this tournament just was pretty spotty.
Inconsistent. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, stalling is the thing that is so annoying. And the thing that's the most annoying about it is it's not consistently called.
Yeah.
The same ref will ref it differently every single match.
Well, it's like any subjective power that you give a ref just always becomes a sore spot.
Yeah, and the most frustrating part of it too is when it's like the end of the match, you got a guy that's up by like a takedown, and dude is running away for the whole third period. For 2 minutes straight, he's just running away. He's not wrestling. Clearly stalling, and the ref will call a stalling, but it'll be like, he'll let the dude stall for 1:45, and he'll call a stalling with like 15 seconds left.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what's the point?
It is funny, like combat sports or like wrestling, and
It's basically just a symbolic gesture now. Like, oh, yep, I know he was stalling. I'm hitting him with it, so you can't say anything about it.
but combat sports are the only sport I can think of where all the points are like allocated by a ref.
Yeah.
Like there's not like an actual thing that has to happen other than the referee calling it. Like football, if you're in the end zone, you're in the end zone. And basketball, if it goes through, the basket, it goes through.
And I mean, there's some of
But
that in wrestling. Like if you literally take a guy down, you take him down. If you get away, you get away.
But it sounds like you still have to call a takedown. Like he didn't call a takedown there because it still has to be like the ref has to announce it. Like he's got to.
Yeah, he does.
And they reviewed it. It was still a takedown. I don't get it.
It wasn't. He said it wasn't a takedown.
But we just watched it. He took him down. There's time on the clock.
I agree with you. He did take him down, but the ref didn't think so. Or I don't know. I don't know what the ref was thinking. I don't want to say that he.
We'll get him on the show. Call him.
It's kind of a joke, but it's also kind of not a joke. Penn State gets a lot of calls.
That's what all the comments were saying.
Yeah.
On the videos, this is like Penn State gets a lot of calls.
And it's just the truth. Like it's just the truth. If you watch wrestling, like I watch wrestling, Penn State gets a lot of calls. They get on the good end of a lot of these controversial calls. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's a takedown. Everything that I know about wrestling says it's a takedown. The ref said it wasn't, so it wasn't.
Yeah, the incumbent effect.
That's just how it is.
Yeah, the ref just assumes the Penn State guy is gonna win.
I mean,
calls it.
I don't like to complain about the refs. I mean, mostly because you should just not put yourself in this situation where if the ref makes a bad call, you lose the match. But
when it gets to this level where it's that
ultimately,
it's inevitably going to be on
at this level, you're going to get in those situations where a bad call from a ref could be the whole match.
Yeah.
And this was a really bad call. This is a really big miss. I don't know what the ref was seeing. I don't know how he calls 3 and then he takes it away. Because that's the big thing about this is that's the ref right there that took the takedown away. That guy that's standing right there. And he's holding up 3.
Yeah.
He said takedown and then he took it away.
Yeah. So it goes.
And he took it away without a challenge. Like, in my opinion, if the ref calls 3, he shouldn't be able to then immediately take it away without a challenge. It's like, you called 3, it's 3. You don't get to change your mind.
That's true.
Now that you've had a few seconds to think about it.
It's like when you signal in football. It's
like you signaled 3 points is 3 points.
Then
end of story. Now, if the other team wants to challenge it, and then you watch it back and you see that it was actually not a takedown, okay, then you can take away.
Yeah, but you need like irrefutable.
Yeah, but you need like irrefutable evidence.
Yeah.
That it wasn't a takedown, or whatever you're challenging. But yeah, stalling is really bad in college wrestling. Yeah, you know what I think they should do? They should just make, in freestyle wrestling, we have a push out point. So you push a guy out of bounds, you get a point.
Yeah.
They should just add that to folk style, because then guys can't run away.
Yeah, I did see some of that. I was like, they were Roman in a couple of those matches. They were like way out of the circle.
I was telling my dad that I'll just be the change that I want to see in wrestling. I'll just become a ref, and I'll call it right. I'll call it correct.
Just start calling whatever. They leave the circle and they're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, because it's so annoying. Because it's like, for some reason, there's like this like thing where refs will act like they need to wait like a certain amount of time before they hit somebody with stalling again. And it's like, no, it's like the first stalling is meant to be a warning. If they continue doing what you were warning them not to do,
keep calling.
Hit them again.
Yeah, they should know better by now.
Yeah, like it's not like, oh, I hit him once. It's not like, all right, 2 minutes left in this period. I hit him once at a minute. Now I can't hit him again for another minute, so it's impossible for me to hit him again with stalling.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just annoying and it's frustrating, but it is what it is.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
That's how the game is played.
Yeah.
We have referees that get to decide how the points are scored.
Take enough bad calls, eventually you get a good one. You hope.
There is a book of rules and regulations that define what the criteria is for all of these scoring situations, but ultimately the refs still have their discretion and they have their power.
Yeah.
At least in this tournament, you have the ability to challenge the call. But the thing that's stupid about the challenge too is the ref that just made the call is the one that goes and reviews it, like he's going to overturn his own decision.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have like a guy in New York reviewing the tape.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're an hour and a half in. I think I'm going to call it here.
All right.
It's been good getting back on the
I can
mics.
go. I can go for another hour and a half. So
I know the Hulk can go all night. We could be here until midnight. But no, we'll start doing it regularly. We'll get some we'll think up some good content, get some fun stuff going.
we need to get Kyle
We'll
in
be
here.
back. Yeah, we
need Kyle.
gotta
in
get
this room.
old man Lombardi.
Yeah.
Get him to show up after hours for some episodes.
He needs to just get approval from his boss,
Yeah,
aka his wife.
he'll come over. We can get him here during the days, but it's hard to get him after hours. So
Yeah.
figure-
The problem is if it's during the day, it'll have to be like, I don't know, like on a weekend or something. But
Yeah.
he said his weekends don't really work. So
he's on that father of 3 schedule,
yeah.
which is
I don't know if he
Kids
can.
are all-
I don't know if
really
he can
busy.
slate us in like during his kids' nap time.
yeah. Have him run over here quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
All right.
All right. See you guys. Peace.
Yeah.